Rain lashes the windows, thunder rumbles, and shakes the old cabin. Ava curses under her breath. This is not how her weekend is supposed to go. She comes to the mountains for peace and solitude, to finish her novel. Instead, she is stuck in a cabin with a power outage and with him, Jake Carter. He is the arrogant, infuriatingly handsome neighbor she has been avoiding for months. Jake snaps at her.
Can you stop pacing? You are making me nervous.
Ava whirls around.
Me? You are the one who shows up unannounced, and this is my cabin.
Jake rolls his eyes.
The storm takes out the road. I have no choice. Technically, it is my family's land, and this cabin sits on the edge of it.
Ava huffs in annoyance.
Semantics. You still should have called.
Jake shrugs like it is nothing.
My phone is dead, and I bet yours is too.
Ava checks her phone. Damn it, he is right. She has forgotten to charge it. She mutters under her breath.
Great. Just great.
She walks over to the fireplace. There are some logs and kindling stacked there. At least they are not going to freeze. Jake watches her move around the cabin.
Do you even know how to start a fire?
Ava shoots him a sharp glare.
Of course I do. I am not completely helpless.
She kneels down and tries to strike a match. It sputters out and dies. Jake lets out a sigh.
Move over. Let me handle it.
Ava moves aside, reluctant but giving him space. Jake takes the matches from her. In a few seconds he has a strong fire going. Warmth spreads slowly through the room. Ava cannot help being impressed. She mumbles a soft thanks. Jake sits back on the couch and settles in.
Now what?
Ava stands up from her spot.
I am going to try and find some candles.
She rummages through the cabinets, finds a few candles and lights them one by one. The cabin is bathed in a soft golden glow. It is almost cozy, almost something she could get used to. Ava sits in the armchair across from Jake. They stare at each other. The tension in the room feels thick and heavy. Jake breaks the silence.
So, what have you been up to?
Ava raises an eyebrow at him.
Really? You want to make small talk?
Jake shrugs again like it is no big deal.
Might as well. We are stuck here together, and there is no point in being enemies.
Ava crosses her arms over her chest.
I never said we were enemies.
Jake smirks, clearly amused.
Could have fooled me. You have been avoiding me like the plague.
Ava looks away from him.
I have been busy.
Writing your novel?
Ava's eyes widen in surprise.
How do you know about that?
Jake grins, clearly pleased with himself.
Small town. Word gets around. Besides, your agent called the house, looking for you once.
Ava groans, thinking that now he knows all her business. She finally admits the truth.
Yeah, well, it is not going so well.
Why not?
Ava sighs, sounding tired.
I am stuck. I cannot seem to get the characters right, and they just feel flat.
Jake nods in understanding.
I get that. Sometimes you just need a fresh perspective.
Ava looks at him more carefully.
You write?
Jake laughs, clearly amused by the idea.
No, but I read a lot, and I know what I like.
Ava raises her eyebrow again.
Oh, and what do you like?
Jake leans forward toward her.
Stories with heart. Characters you can root for, and a little bit of romance. Never hurts anyone.
Ava smiles in spite of herself.
Romance, huh? I did not peg you as a romantic.
Jake winks at her.
There is a lot you do not know about me, Ava.
The way he says her name sends a small shiver down her spine. She clears her throat, trying to steady herself.
Well, maybe you can help me with my novel, I mean.
Jake grins even wider.
I would love to.
The storm rages outside. But inside the cabin something starts to shift between them. Ava and Jake sit by the fire, talking and laughing together. For the first time, Ava does not feel annoyed by Jake's presence. She feels something else instead. Something she cannot quite put her finger on. But she knows one thing. This weekend is going to be very different from what she has planned. The night deepens and the fire crackles, throwing dancing shadows across the walls. Ava and Jake move on from talking about her novel. Now, they share stories instead. Jake tells her about his childhood in the mountains. He talks about spending his summers fishing in the nearby stream. He says it with his eyes twinkling.
And one time I try to catch a fish with my bare hands, and I end up falling in fully clothed.
Ava laughs.
Sounds like a disaster.
Jake grins.
It is. But it is also the most fun I have had in a long time. What about you? Any crazy childhood stories?
Ava thinks for a moment.
Well, There is this one time in elementary school when I decide I want to be a magician. So I try to perform a disappearing act with my teacher's chalk, and it does not go as planned.
Jake laughs.
What happened?
I drop the chalk in a puddle of glue, and when I try to get it out, my hand gets stuck.
Jake laughs even harder.
That is amazing. I can just picture it.
Ava smiles and it feels strange. She has always thought Jake is just some annoying neighbor, but now sitting here with him, she starts to see a different side of him, a side that is funny and charming and kind of cute. The wind howls outside and the cabin creaks. Ava shivers and Jake notices. He asks if she is cold.
Are you cold?
Ava admits it in a small voice.
A little.
Jake stands up, walks over to the closet, and pulls out a thick fluffy blanket. He comes back and sits down next to Ava, then wraps the blanket around both of them. Ava's heart skips a beat, and she feels the warmth of his body next to hers. The scent of his cologne hangs in the air, and it is a heady combination. He asks if it is better.
Better?
Ava nods.
Thanks.
They sit in silence for a moment, just enjoying the warmth of the fire and the closeness. Ava's mind starts to wander, and she thinks about how different this is from her usual life. She is used to being alone, writing in her little corner of the world, but now she is here sharing a blanket with Jake Carter. It is both terrifying and exciting. Jake breaks the silence.
So tell me more about your novel. What is it about?
Ava takes a deep breath.
Well, it is a romance. Not just any romance about two people who are completely different. They meet by chance and fall in love, but there are obstacles in their way and they have to overcome their differences and fight for their love.
Jake nods.
Sounds interesting. What kind of obstacles?
Ava thinks for a moment.
Well, one of them is from a wealthy family and the other is from a more humble background. There is also a misunderstanding that almost tears them apart.
Jake raises an eyebrow.
A misunderstanding? What kind of misunderstanding?
Ava blushes.
I am still working on that part. I am not sure yet.
Jake smiles.
Well, I think you should make it something big, something that really tests their relationship. Then they find a way to work it out. And that is what makes a good romance.
Ava looks at him.
You really think so?
Jake nods again.
Absolutely. The best romances are the ones that have some drama and some conflict. It makes the happy ending even more satisfying.
Ava thinks about what he says. He is right. She needs to add more depth to her story and more conflict.
Thanks, Jake. You have really helped me.
She thanks him with real warmth in her voice. Jake smiles at her.
Anytime, I am happy to help.
They sit there for a while longer, talking about the novel and throwing ideas back and forth. Ava feels a spark of inspiration. She cannot wait to start writing again. But for now she is content to just sit here with Jake, in the warmth of the fire and under the blanket. It is a moment she will never forget. Morning light filters through the curtains. Ava opens her eyes, confused for a moment. Then she remembers the storm. And she remembers Jake. She lies on the couch with the blanket still wrapped around her. Jake sleeps in the armchair across from her, his head tilted back as soft snores escape his lips. Ava cannot help but smile. He looks peaceful, so different from the cocky neighbor she is used to. She stretches carefully, trying not to wake him. The power is still out, but the storm seems to have passed. She gets up and peeks out the window. The world outside is a winter wonderland. Snow covers the ground and icicles hang from the trees. It is beautiful. Ava decides to make some breakfast. She rummages through the cabinets and finds some eggs and bread. Thankfully, the gas stove still works. She starts cracking eggs into a pan and the sound of them sizzling fills the quiet cabin. Jake stirs in his sleep, then opens his eyes. He yawns and stretches, his muscles rippling under his shirt. Ava feels a blush rise to her cheeks. He says good morning, his voice rough with sleep.
Morning, I am making breakfast. Hope you like eggs.
Jake grins.
Love them.
He gets up and walks over to the sink to wash his hands. Then he comes over and stands next to Ava. He stands beside her at the stove.
Need any help?
Ava shakes her head.
I think I have got it, but you can set the table if you want.
Jake nods and starts gathering plates and utensils. As they eat breakfast, they talk about their plans for the day. Jake looks toward the window, thinking about the road.
The road is probably still blocked, but I can try to clear it a bit. Maybe we can get out of here by afternoon.
Ava feels a small pang of disappointment. She has been enjoying their time together, but she knows they cannot stay in the cabin forever.
Okay, I can help you.
After breakfast they bundle up and go outside. The snow is deep, and it crunches under their boots. Jake has a shovel in the shed, and he starts clearing the driveway. Ava joins him and uses a smaller shovel to help. It is hard work, but they laugh and joke as they work. At one point, Jake accidentally throws a snowball at Ava. She gasps in surprise, then quickly forms a snowball of her own and throws it back at him. A snowball fight breaks out, and soon they are both covered in snow, laughing like children. When they finally stop, Ava is breathless. She looks at Jake, his face red from the cold and from exertion, his eyes bright with laughter. In that moment, she feels something shift inside her. It is more than just attraction. It is a real connection. It is a feeling she has never felt before. Jake must feel it too because he steps closer to her.
Ava.
His voice goes soft as he says her name. She looks up at him, her heart pounding. Before she can say anything, he leans down and kisses her. The kiss is gentle, soft and sweet. Ava melts into the kiss and wraps her arms around his neck. When they finally pull apart, they are both breathing heavily. Jake looks into her eyes.
I have wanted to do that for a long time.
Ava smiles.
Me too.
They stand there for a moment, just looking at each other. Then Jake takes her hand.
Come on, let us finish clearing the driveway.
Ava nods, and they go back to work. But this time, there is a new energy between them. There is a new hope that this is not just a weekend fling. It could be something more. As they work side by side, the driveway gradually becomes clear. The physical labor is a welcome distraction from the intensity of that kiss. Every now and then Ava steals a glance at Jake, and a warm, giddy feeling washes over her. Once they are done, they lean their shovels against the shed. Jake turns to Ava, his eyes twinkling.
How about we take a break and go for a little walk in the woods? The snow looks beautiful out there.
Ava smiles.
That sounds great.
They set off into the forest. Snow-covered trees create a magical, silent world around them. The only sounds are the crunch of their boots in the snow and their soft breaths. Jake reaches out and takes Ava's hand, intertwining their fingers. She squeezes his hand gently and feels a sense of comfort and excitement at the same time. After a while, they come across a small clearing. In the center, there is a frozen pond, its surface like a mirror reflecting the clear blue sky above.
Wow, this is amazing.
Ava breathes out a soft wow. Jake smiles.
I used to come here a lot when I was a kid. It is my secret spot.
He leads her to the edge of the pond.
Watch this.
He picks up a flat stone and skims it across the ice. The stone skips several times before coming to a stop. Ava laughs.
Show off. Let me try.
She finds a stone of her own and tries to imitate Jake's throw. The stone barely makes it a foot before plopping down on the ice. Jake chuckles.
Here, let me help you.
He stands behind her. His arms encircle her as he guides her hand.
You have to hold it like this, and then flick your wrist just right.
With his help, Ava's next throw is much better. The stone skips 3 times.
See, you got it.
His breath is warm against her ear. Ava turns around to face him. Their faces only inches apart. The air seems to crackle with electricity. Jake leans in for another kiss, this one more passionate than the last. His lips move against hers with a hunger that makes Ava's knees weak. When they finally break apart, Ava is breathless. Jake looks into her eyes, his expression serious.
Ava, I know this weekend has been crazy, but I do not want it to end when we leave this place.
Ava's heart skips a beat.
What do you mean?
I want to keep seeing you. I feel like there is something special between us, something worth exploring.
Ava smiles, a wide, genuine smile.
I feel the same way, Jake.
Jake grins, then lifts Ava up and spins her around in the snow. She laughs, her joy filling the quiet clearing. Then Ava's stomach growls. Jake puts her down, laughing.
I guess it is time we head back and get some lunch.
As they walk back to the cabin, hand in hand, Ava cannot stop smiling. Her mind is filled with thoughts of a future with Jake. It is a future she never even imagined a few days ago. Back at the cabin, they make sandwiches and sit at the table, still chatting and laughing. Then Ava's phone beeps. She picks it up, and her face falls. She sees the message from her agent.
It is my agent. There is an emergency with the publisher and I have to go back to the city as soon as possible.
Jake's expression turns solemn.
I understand. The road should be passable now, and I can drive you.
Ava nods, a sense of sadness washing over her. She does not want this weekend to end like this, but she knows her work is important. They quickly pack their things and get into Jake's truck. The drive back to the city is mostly silent. The weight of their impending separation hangs heavy in the air. When they reach Ava's apartment building, Jake parks the truck. He turns to Ava.
This is not the end. Ava, we will figure this out.
Ava nods, fighting back tears.
I know, I just do not want to leave you.
Jake leans over and kisses her gently.
I do not want you to leave either. But we will see each other soon, I promise.
Ava gets out of the truck, grabs her bag and watches as Jake drives away. She takes a deep breath. She has a job to do, but she also has something special with Jake. And she is determined not to let it slip away. Back in the city, Ava is immediately thrown into the chaos of her publishing emergency. Her days are filled with meetings with editors and long phone calls with the publisher, and with hours spent poring over revised contracts. Through it all, Jake is never far from her mind. They text each other all the time, sharing updates about their days and sending silly memes while they say how much they miss one another. Jake tells her about his work on the family land, and Ava shares the frustrating details of her publishing problems. One evening after a long, stressful day, Ava sits at her desk trying to make sense of the latest set of edits. Then, there is a knock on her door. She opens it and finds Jake standing there, holding a bouquet of wildflowers with a sheepish grin on his face. Her eyes widen in surprise as she sees him.
Jake, what are you doing here?
He steps inside and hands her the flowers.
I could not stay away any longer. I missed you too much.
Ava feels a lump form in her throat. She takes the flowers and inhales their sweet scent.
I missed you too, so much.
Jake looks around her apartment.
You look like you could use a break. Come on, let us go out.
Ava hesitates.
But I have all this work.
Jake takes her hands in his.
Just for a few hours. You need to clear your head. And I need to spend some time with you.
Ava smiles.
Okay, let me just change.
15 minutes later, they walk hand in hand through the city streets. They find a small cozy restaurant and sit down at a corner table. Over dinner they talk and laugh, catching up on all the things they cannot say over text. Jake tells Ava about a new project he is planning for the land. Ava shares her latest ideas for her novel, which have become much clearer in her mind since their time in the cabin. As they sip their coffee after the meal, Jake reaches across the table and takes Ava's hand.
Ava, we have not known each other for very long, but I feel like I have known you my whole life. I do not want to lose this. I do not want to lose us.
Ava looks into his eyes, her gaze filled with love and determination.
I do not want to lose it either, Jake.
Jake takes a deep breath.
I am thinking, why do you not come back to the cabin with me this weekend? We can finish what we started, away from all the distractions of the city.
Ava's heart skips a beat.
I would love to.
Jake grins.
Great. This time, we can make sure there are no more publishing emergencies to interrupt us.
Ava laughs.
Deal.
The rest of the week flies by as Ava works hard to get her publishing issues under control. Finally, Friday arrives and Jake picks her up in his truck. As they drive back to the mountains, Ava feels a rush of excitement and anticipation. When they arrive at the cabin, it looks just the way she remembers it. This time, it feels even more like a place of magic. The weekend is filled with long walks in the woods, cozy evenings, by the fire and hours of passionate kisses. Jake helps Ava with her novel, and Ava listens intently as he talks about his dreams for the land. On Sunday evening, they sit on the porch watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink. Then Jake turns to Ava.
Ava, I know this might be a bit sudden, but I cannot imagine my life without you in it. Will you be my girlfriend?
Ava smiles, tears of happiness in her eyes.
Yes, Jake. I would love to be your girlfriend.
Jake pulls her close and kisses her. A kiss filled with love and promise, and the beginning of a beautiful new chapter in their lives. The forced proximity that first brought them together has blossomed into a deep, passionate love. They know that no matter what the future holds, they will face it together.
Thanks for watching. Follow for more romance stories.